Welcome to the Sunday service at CSLN. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family. The Center for Spiritual Living Nashville offers spiritual tools for anyone seeking a more fulfilled and meaningful life through a deeper connection with a higher power or universal truths. Be sure to subscribe below if you enjoy our programs. Now let's join today's service.
We'll get it.
And good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day. And just knowing that we have so much to be thankful for, to have this wonderful space to gather in and be with our friends and neighbors and just enjoy this great teaching together. I'm Reverend Lynn, and I especially want to welcome any visitors that we have here today and just hope you enjoy the service and will come back and see us real soon. We have a great speaker today, and it's somebody I know you'll love and who will have a fantastic talk for you as he did last week. So anyway, my pleasure to welcome you, and hope you really get something out of today's service. Now, here's Larry Farragalli.
Thank you, Lynn. Good morning. Good to see you all. Come on up, Sean. Well, our featured vocalist today is a two-time Global Peace Song Award-winning singer-songwriter. Wow. He has traveled the world, sharing his message of healing and transformation. He has a total of 7 CDs that have been released up to this point. Many times he has performed on this stage, so let's give a warm welcome for Sean Galloway.
Woo! Thank you, Larry, and it's great to be back, I have to admit. So, some of you may know this one, so please join.
I choose love.
see us healing, the darkness dying, and I see us shining as a world united. So what do you choose? Love or fear? Oh, we choose. Come on, sing along with us. And now we choose to live with freedom flying from our hearts where the light keeps shining. And we choose to feel the whole world crying. And we choose to feel one voice rising. And we choose to feel us all united in the strength that we can rise above. We choose love. 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 How about you? We choose love. Thank you very much.
Wow. Sean Galloway's in the house. Thank you, Sean. Good job. Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Nashville. We're so excited to have you here. Please, after the service, join us in the fellowship hall for light refreshments and come and meet the members of our community. We'd love to welcome you and have you there. By the way, as a reminder, you can reach out to Annie Golightly, our executive director, if you have any questions or need something done. She's the best place to start. Her name is Annie Golightly, and Annie's on top of answering our phone calls and returning emails. So please call the center or email admin@cslnashville.org. Okay? And by the way, a big shout out to Annie, who is home with her family this morning. Yeah. So, at our center this week, what kind of fun things do we have? We've got a lot. Wednesday night, our Soul Refresh service returns. We'd love to have you join us. That's at 6:30 p.m. on Zoom this Wednesday night. Join practitioners from today's service as they discuss, and we all discuss, questions from Dr. Mitch's talk today. So that'll be fun. Thursday on Zoom, the Women's Circle has moved from Tuesday nights to Thursdays, so please come and join them from 12 to 1 on Zoom Thursday. You can find more details on the website, CSLNashville.org, under Calendar, Meeting, and Events. Okay? Classes. We've got some new classes coming up we'd love to have you sign up for. One of the first class I want to tell you about is a certified class. It's called Building a Healing Consciousness. And our own Dr. Mitch Johnson will be teaching that. It runs for 8 Wednesdays, starting September the 8th. So it's 8 Wednesdays, September the 8th. And you have 2 ways to attend. You have a morning class from 10 to 11:30 a.m., or you have an evening class from 6:30 to 8. Both are online or in person at the center, and there's definitely room left in the classes, so please sign up, go online, sign up today, please. Also, transformation meditation Simple practices for navigating life transitions will be facilitated by our own practitioner, Candy Paul, and that's going to be Saturday, September the 11th, from 10 a.m. to noon, in person and online. So please sign up for both of those. Let's see, Caring Hearts. The Caring Hearts team is working with local faith-based organizations to assist those who've been hurt by the flooding in our nearby neighbor, Waverly, Tennessee. If you'd like to donate any items, please see Etta Carter, who just walked in, or let our executive director know you want to help. Okay. Other news, let's see. Men's group. Please talk to Jamie Collins. His email address is in the newsletter, or go to the website if you're interested in joining the men's group. Upcoming events. Our next town hall meeting is Thursday, September the 9th at 6:30 on Zoom. Mark your calendar. The link will be posted on the website under calendar, meeting, and events. So we'd love to have you join us for our next town hall meeting. And of course, we're all anticipating the CSLN picnic, which is finally almost here. It's almost September. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. So that's Sunday, September the 19th at Edwin Warner Park. So please sign up for the potluck or your choice of meat. And that sign-up sheet is going to be in the fellowship hall. So please join us down there, talk to people, and sign up for the picnic. Do you need a spiritual mind treatment? This is important, please. Our practitioners love to assist you. So if you need help, you have some things that are troubling you and you could really use somebody to talk to and do a treatment for, please either see one of our practitioners who will be up here in the front or in the back, or go online, click on their picture, you can get hold of them right away on our website. So please also stay connected and give love to help our center online. Visit lovecsln.com and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. Right now, if you're watching us from home, click on that thumbs up, it helps us. So, thank you, and let's choose to make it an amazing day and an amazing week. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you, David.
Across the horizon, a great hope fills the night, harboring in our hearts strength to be the light through the darkest days. We'll hear our children tell stories of our rising, singing all shall be well. All shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be well. Reach out, brothers and sisters, offer a helping hand, receive a little comfort, and give all that you can, for we're making the changes, releasing the living hell, and holding on to heaven, singing all shall be well. All shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be awaken the great light as we make our way back home. Now we're walking in our wisdom. Love has cast its spell. So rejoice, world, rejoice. Sing and all shall be well. You want to sing along? All shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. All shall be well. All shall be well. All shall be well. Thank you. How about this band, you guys, huh?
Good morning. My name is Carl Franklin. I'm one of the practitioners here, and so good to see all these wonderful, beautiful faces out there this morning. I wanted to share with you a reading from the Science of Mind textbook. You can tell I've used this a little. I've had it for about 20 years, but anyways, every time I read it, there's something else that speaks to me. So as I opened it up this week, I came to a part about healing, which is, of course, what we're going to study here before too much longer. Healing takes place to the degree that we send down the right kinds of thoughts into subjectivity. We mean by thinking consciously and with deep feeling, we know, we implant the right idea in mind, and then mind reproduces this idea as effect in the body. We must realize that we are using a power compared to which the united intelligence of the human race is as nothing. The practitioner involves an idea in mind. It is the law that creates. As a practitioner treats with his own mentality, which is simply a point in mind, he reaches the mentality of his patient. The practitioner can erase the thought of pain from the patient's mentality when he has first neutralized the idea in his own thought. So, a treatment, which is what we do as practitioners, and you can do for yourself, is a specific thing. When you are treating to neutralize any particular form of disease, the word should be spoken in such a way as to neutralize a belief in the necessity of the condition. Each treatment must have in itself everything necessary to cover the case. When you treat, resolve things into thought, because everything is a thing of thought. Having resolved everything into thought, you know that the disease is neither person, place, or thing. It has no location, does not belong to anyone, cannot operate through anyone. Know that it is a false image with no power, and then you are ready to mentally dissolve it. I always come to a complete conclusion when giving a treatment. I always feel that it is done, complete and perfect, and give thanks for the answer as if it were already objectified. So I hope many of you sign up and join us in this wonderful class. Now I wanted to share with you a treatment. So I encourage you to know this truth for yourself. God is all there is, and I am one with this infinite presence. I feel the peace and the love God is, and know that Spirit is manifesting in me. I am a being of substance and power, knowing love and peace are always shining and waiting to be recognized. I know Spirit is in every situation and dissolves the conditions and the circumstances of anything less than perfect happiness. Gratitude is my continuous prayer, and it keeps me centered in knowing peace and love. I affirm my faith in the one mind and in the good and only good. So as I speak this truth, I give great thanks, and I release my word to the law of mind, knowing it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
This is called The Wind Is Always. I hope you enjoy this one. Wind is always, always is the wind. It cares not where it goes, cares not where it's been. A newborn cries, an old man dies. The wind is always again, always is the wind. The marriage of a man to his soul affirms a universal flow, lifting whole laurel dreams above lispers and screams. It moves. The wind is always, always is the wind. It cares not where it goes, it cares not where it's been. A newborn cries, an old man dies. The wind is always again, always is the wind. Freedom's fluidity, sustained in perfect harmony, shall not be pushed or shoved in the direction of one's love. It breathes. Wind is always, always is the wind. It cares not where it goes, cares not where it's been. A newborn cries, an old man dies. The wind is always again, always is the wind. It's Mother Nature's tears of joy, blanket the hearts of girls and boys. Father of heaven proclaims we are one in the same love. The wind is always is the wind. It cares not where it goes, and cares not where it's been. A newborn cries, an old man dies. The wind is always again. The wind is always is the wind. It cares not where it goes, cares not where it's been. A newborn cries, an old man dies. The wind is always again, always is the wind. And now the wind is always again, always is the wind. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sean. Boy, your music is just so radiant as well as so peaceful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm Ursula Roden, one of the practitioners here, and it is my honor to introduce our wonderful, wonderful speaker that we have already heard last week, and he's continuing his message today. We are so grateful for Dr. Mitch to be in our midst, to speak to us, and well, he is a minister, a teacher, a counselor, a musician. His work has touched many, many lives, including my own, as he has been my mentor for many years, and he made so much difference in many lives. Please attend his class. I don't know what difference it can make in your life. So let's please welcome Dr. Mitch Johnson today.
Thank you, Ursula. I'll pay you later. There's an old Peanuts cartoon. Do you like them? Where Charlie Brown and Lucy are having a picnic on the ground, and they're sitting on this old beat-up blanket that's sitting there, and they have their food on it and everything, when suddenly Linus rushes in and grabs the blanket in a rage, and he says, "The struggle for security is no picnic." Well, I suppose we all from time to time have longed for a security blanket, something that would protect us from the problems and heartaches and the doubts and diseases and fears that visit most of us from time to time. Well, I'm here to tell you this morning, you already have the security blanket you may long for. You already have it. All of us do. This security blanket is your faith, your belief, your trust. You see, we all have faith. We all trust something. We trust that we can see when we can see. We trust that having money in our bank account will make us secure. Here's a hint, it won't. We trust, too often we trust the tales of woe and despair, the bad news that screams at us from our communication devices. We trust there's things that are not good to trust. We trust these things because they aren't good to trust, because we've all been taught to look at what's going on outside of us and use it as a guide to allow what's going on inside of us. Anytime we look at our lives and we aren't happy with what's going on, that's a pretty good sign we've been trusting in something that isn't working for us. I guess what I'm saying is that we all have faith. We all have this spiritual commodity of trust. We all believe in something. We have all of it we'll ever need. Now, as I often tell classes, I used to treat to have more faith. Please, please, God, give me more faith. Well, I stopped doing that because you know what I kept creating? Reasons to have faith. I'd have crises and problems, and then I have all the faith I need and will ever need, and so do you. That isn't the problem. The problem it lies in what are we directing that faith toward? What are we choosing to trust? Circumstances? What the neighbors say? What the stock market reports? What the doctor says? What our old ideas and thought patterns want us to keep on thinking? What are we putting our incredible power of trust and faith in? There's a story in the Bible of a rich man who wanted to follow Jesus. He told Jesus he did all the right things that a Jewish man should do, and he kept all the commandments. And then Jesus said, well, you still lack one thing. Sell all you have and give it to the poor. And then you will have treasure in heaven, and then you can follow me. Now remember, Jesus also taught, where was the kingdom of heaven? Within. But when he heard this, he became very sorrowful, for he was very rich. Now, you know, this particular passage was used by many to advocate a life of poverty and destitution, because then you were supposed to be, destitute now so you could be rich after you die. Well, we don't believe in that around here. But as I study the teachings of Jesus, I don't get that interpretation at all. Jesus, to me, is always talking about transformation, change, growth. That indeed the way of life is this way, change, transformation, and growth. The rich man wanted transformation, something new and better in his experience of life. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked. But his trust was in what he already had. His usual way of thinking. So Jesus was saying, if you want this new way of being, you have to give up the old way of being. See, we all want a really good life, especially a different life than we now have. If we want it, we have to be willing to trade what it seems like visible security, and we trade it for invisible security. Now, trust me, there's nothing wrong with riches. But there is something wrong with thinking that riches will make you all that you can be. That you or anyone is less a person with them or without them. And the point to me of this teaching of Jesus is that we all have to give up something that we do now if we want something more. As an example, you may want to change your profession. Well, you may have to give up what you're doing now. You may have to start going to school and take up the time that you're doing something else in now and learn how to do that and replace it with something new you want. You see, whatever it is that you truly want in your life is already there for you. Now, the reason I say that is because my understanding now of the latest in quantum physics says that everything, now think of this, everything that could possibly exist already exists as the potential and information in the quantum field, the infinite is that word, the infinite quantum field of total possibility. It already exists. But as you are willing to trust this and work for it, and hold a firm image of it in your mind and feel it as if the feeling that it already exists in your heart, then it will be, because that collapses the potential into a reality that we are in. You have to give up those doubts and give up the time you've been doing, perhaps wasting on something else. So stop putting your trust in what seems to be and start putting your trust in what can be. Where does true security lie? Well, we've all been trained to think it's in bank accounts or the stock market or the diagnosis and the prognosis. But I tell you, this training was wrong. We have to move from they're doing it to me to first, I've been doing it to me, and then from now on, I'm going to do it from me. I like that. I'm doing it from me. Come on, smile. Dr. Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook says, in this invisible law of unfoldment, we must come to trust. And although we do not see the way, we must believe the way is and is operative. We must trust the invisible, for it is the sole cause of that which is visible. Anything we can name in the world was at one time, any success, any business, any happy careers, any healing, was at one time an invisible idea in someone's mind and heart that they believed in with all their heart. And they worked at it, and they kept their focus of attention on it as if it already was, even when it didn't seem likely that it would ever be. This is the power of unwavering trust. The power to shift from one kind of thinking to a new kind of thinking, a thinking that takes into account whatever we want to create in this life can be done, and that we never have to do it alone. Why do I say that? Because you're part of this infinite thing we call God, or the creative field, or the quantum field of limitless possibility. We're already connected to it. To all the power there is, all the love there is, all the imagination there is, and all the capability there is, all the confidence and all the faith and trust you need, you already have. People often used to say to me, what should I do now? And I say, be glad. Glad. Give life a direction. Amen? Amen? Everybody go like this. There, let the juice flow, baby. Give life a new direction. And here's the important point of that, giving life a direction. Stick to that direction. Once I was going to do a wedding in a house that was way out in the boondocks, and the people gave me a description and said, you have to go way out and down this strange road that I'd never been on before. And they said, you have to keep going and going, and you'll come to a little white picket fence, and you turn in there, and then the house there, and that's where the wedding is. So I got on the road, but like a lot of us, I got on the road, and I kept thinking, man, I don't have any cell phone signal out here. Man, where am I? And I'm going along, and I'm going along, and I'm not seeing any white picket fence. And I'm going, oh, did I take the wrong road? Man, the wedding's supposed to start soon, and I'm on the wrong road, and I'm getting all these kind of worries. And I thought, then there was a guy who was walking down a road, and I stopped, and I said, can you tell me where this thing is with a white picket fence? And he said, oh, that's just up ahead around the bend. And I went, oh, okay. Then I went up ahead around the bend. I was there. Well, something like that ever happened to you? You stopped or you gave up on something when all the time it was just there, just around the bend, where you couldn't see it. I wonder how many of us have had great dreams of good and wonderful expressions of some good God-given talent, beautiful ideas to bless life and ourselves in it, then we get a direction for, that we have a feeling for in our hearts, but we let ourselves stop maybe just short of it. The good we deserve was just around the bend, but we let what the others thought, we let our old ideas, we let what the world said, what our fears conjured up for us, take us off the path we were on. You know, there's a wonderful passage in the book of James that I like in Elizabethan English, because that's how God and Jesus talked, you know, in Elizabethan English. No, not really. But I do love it. It's so beautiful. He says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. We all want wisdom. Am I following the right way? How can I do what I need to do? How can I heal? What's the solution to this problem? I really want to believe in a power greater than I am and still what I am that will give me the wisdom I need. We all want this wisdom, but we have to learn to trust. So then James goes on, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like the wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think he too shall receive anything of the Lord. Have you ever been on the fence about anything? You know, one leg over here, one leg over there, and you can't, you wavereth. You ever wavereth? We had, gee, I hope this works out. But that's not a direction. That's not a direction. That's giving up on what can be. See? Have you ever wavereth? Well, on the road of your life, then I promise you, there's some fear going on somewhere. And that's normal. See, we can have fear, or we can let fear have us. There's a big difference there. When we have fear, we feel it. I love that book years ago, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, because it gives you energy to do what you need to do. But when fear has us, we're paralyzed, sitting on that fence, and we never get anywhere. See, I found out nothing in our lives is going to happen that we don't let happen. We have to trust. If we have a desire to be, do, or have something we don't have now, but clearly want, that there is a way to do it, to be it, to have it. Let's call it trust. Trust in what you want is something you have to prove to yourself, and you can do this. You can build and practice the trust in your life and in God and in yourself, which is the same thing, incidentally. One of my favorite definitions is one of the definitions in the dictionary of trust. It says, to be confident of an outcome. I like that. Most people don't know that we can create trust, build faith in our dreams. And yes, it requires some discipline, it requires some effort, but anything worthwhile always does. Confidence is an outcome we desire. Confidence of an outcome that we desire comes from practicing and working on that desire. Faith or trust is a willingness to believe in what we're working on and practicing. See, something happens when you start practicing these things. It starts happening in your body, as Joe Dispenza's work shows us. The neurons in your body and in your brain start growing in a new way and start releasing different chemicals that make this new thing more of a thing in you. And when you have practiced it enough and trust enough that it is already it sends out a vibration of energy to the quantum field that starts matching things like it. And so situations, people, and events come together then to form in your experience of life something like that. The more thoughts we have that causes the energy of I can and I am one with God, the more we will have that experience. Say this, my dream is waiting for me to come true. Usually there's more smiles on that one. Come out, demon, come out. Say, my dream is waiting for me to come true. Yes, it certainly is. See, the more faith you have in your dream coming true, the more power the invisible energy has to become a visible experience in your life. It's not rocket science. We all have this power of faith. If we don't have what we want in this life, we have to start right now giving ourselves the thoughts, the pictures, and the feelings that will take us in the direction of our dreams. We have to believe and trust that we are working with an unstoppable power, that we live in a friendly universe that loves us, that we are a work in progress, and we are faith in that progress. We have to stop being like the hospital chaplain who was talking to a very sick old lady, and she was lying in her bed gasping for air, and he said, "Would you like me to pray?" And she said, "I want you to pray that I will be made well, that God will give me health." And the chaplain gulped, for he had seen her chart where it said she was terminal. Clearly, he thought, this woman won't recover. She's dying. But he prayed a little hesitantly, without much faith or further. He said, "God, if it's your will, restore this lady to health. However, let her know whether or not she receives her health. She has had a good life, and you are close. Amen." And then suddenly the old woman opened her eyes, and she sat up, and she threw her legs over the bed, and she says, "I think I've been healed. I feel so much better." And with that, she jumped out of the bed and ran down the hall to the nurse's station, screaming, "I'm healed! I'm healed!" And the chaplain was astonished, even overwhelmed, could not believe his eyes. He literally staggered out of the room and went down to the chapel in a daze, and he sat down on the bench in the chapel, and he looked skyward, and he says, "Don't you ever do that to me again." So let me give you some ideas for using your power of unwavering trust. See, the science of mind and spirit asks us to start believing a concept that's difficult for most people to accept, but I want you to start accepting it now. Life, for all of us, your life, my life, is a self-created event. Your life is a self-created event. Now, I know how strange that sounds to people who haven't heard it before, especially if they are always looking for it to be someone else's fault. But now I hear some of you, I do, but I didn't create that heartbreak. I didn't create that accident. I didn't make Jane stop loving me. I didn't want to be sick. I didn't want to lose my job. My life isn't a self-created event. It's a they are doing it to me event. Well, yes, that's the usual human thinking, but I'm asking you to develop your spiritual thinking. You see, sometimes the bad things that happen to all of us are showing us what we've placed our trust in. You know something? I don't care about what you were doing or thinking or that screwed up your life. That doesn't matter in the least. What matters, and the only thing that matters, is what you are doing about it now. You have the privilege and the duty to make your life a self-created event, or not. If not, then just shut up and hope for the best. One of my favorite books for a long time was by a man named Larry Winget, and the book was titled, "Shut Up, Stop Whining, and Get a Life." He called it the kick-butt approach to self-improvement. Okay? He says this: you can have what you have because you have always done things the way you do them. You have what you have because you've always done things the way you do them. If you want something different, you have to change the way you do things. So change. Everyone wants to know how to change, and I'm about to tell you, and I promise you, you will not like the answer. You just change. See, I told you you would not like it. You wanted a complicated answer, a long, drawn-out process with steps you could tick off as you accomplish them. Sorry, it's not like that. To change, you just change. Remember how you did things yesterday? Don't do them today. Do not think the way you did. Do not talk the way you did. Do not act the way you did. You have to accept or believe your life is a self-created event. Say this: my life is a wonderful self-created event. Oh, I want you to put some feeling in it from your heart. My life is a wonderful self-created event. Which brings us to our next idea for using this power of unwavering trust. This has to do with the word unwavering. We must be consistent in what we are thinking, saying, feeling, and doing until it's habitual, until our nerves have changed and the chemicals and all the reactions in our body and mind have changed. And when they change, we start sending out a different vibration. You know, people often say to me, I think I want this or I think I want that, but what if I'm wrong about what I want? And I always tell people, well, you can't make a mistake. You start right now in the direction that seems to be, oh, I want to go this way, and you get over here and you go, oh, this wasn't it. But when you get over here, you see that there's a way to what you really want that you couldn't see from over there. Barbara Nain was one of Hollywood's busiest actresses who created an acting career in TV and movies and soap operas. And she didn't start in her career until she was in her late 30s. She had a child, she was divorced, she had no money, she had a little small van. She had no money or connections, and she got in her van in Oregon and went down to Hollywood. No drama classes, only a deep desire to succeed in an understanding of being persistent, unwavering in what you want. So she writes this: if I can live this crazy dream of being an actress, anybody can do anything, no matter who they are or where they came from. Put your dreams out there to the world after you shouted it out loud. Write it down. Once something is written down, the universe conspires to make it happen. Then start taking action to make your dream a reality. And she goes on, there's a missing link between thinking and manifesting. It's only when we move our dream out of our heads and into our physical lives that things start to change. You can't just wish for a life of change. You have to take action. She writes, decide what you want and simply start to act as if. Consciously create the new you just as an actor does every time he picks up a script and creates a new character. Begin living as who you want to be. Right now. Then you assume the position that your belief system then kicks in. And you start to transform. And your dream, your healing, what good you want becomes your reality. So I ask you this morning to have a fierce resolve to see what you want to see. You know why the rear view mirrors are smaller than the windshield in your cars? Because what's in front of you is more important than what's behind you. Do you understand? So, have a fierce resolve to see what you wish to see, to say what you wish to hear, and to do whatever you can, and then to feel the gratitude. Feel the gratitude as if it's already so. Wouldn't you feel grateful? You know, one of the things that I keep focusing on, and I think it's true, we have 4 things that changes us. Our compassion, our love, our gratitude, and our joy. Those things. Compassion, love, gratitude, and joy. Those are who we really are. All the other stuff is BS. That's belief system. So all of us have a little camera on our phones. I want you to imagine you're taking a picture of the end result as if it already is. And you take that picture and you put it in your heart. And then when you're meditating, you see that picture. And you say words that go with that picture. And you start to have feelings that go with that picture. And you consistently feel that picture. It says, there's nothing new about this. This has been taught for thousands of years. But how many of us will sit down and actually do it? You can. It has to be worth it to you because you are a magnificent expression of a magnificent God. That's the truth about us. And so it is. Thank you as well.
Thank you, Dr. Mitch, for those words of wisdom and love and power. So now we are ready to treat and to carry this on further by knowing the truth for ourselves and for everyone else. So please treat with me. There is one power, one presence, one creative intelligence. And that power and that intelligence and that source and that love is within me and within everyone. I am one with that power. And as such, I have the power to choose, to set intentions. And so I am choosing right here and right now to put my unwavering faith and trust into that source, into that creative intelligence that is within me and all around me, to create exactly what is for my highest and best good, for my desires that are within me, coming through me, because they're God-given. So whatever fears may come, I let them go. I don't need them. I look forward to the change to occur in my life, knowing that whatever is now can be changed with the power of God, the power of love, the power of faith. So whatever my desires for health, for abundance, for prosperity, for harmonious relationships, for love, it is all there within me, ready to come out. So I act on it, I think through it, I feel it, and I know I am worth to experience them. Thank you, God, that that's possible. Thank you, God, that I have that power within me, that I'm always supported, never alone. That power is within me. All I need to do is be still and listen, and I am guided and directed right here, right now, and always. Thank you, God, that this is so. Thank you for this wonderful service, the words of wisdom, the beautiful music, and everybody that has helped making this possible. I am so grateful. And I release this, my word, unto the law of mind and action, knowing that it is done. I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Ursula.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it is time to give back to what serves us. So hopefully you have really, really, really taken a lot of this into your heart and know where your direction is. And I'm now asking the ushers to come forward, please, to accept your gift here. And if you are online, please make your gift by going to our donate button. And together we bless this, our gift. So repeat with me, please. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you so much for your loving gifts.
Here in the heartland, clouded by trauma, is love. Remember the feeling of love. Sean. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Sean. And Max, thanks for being with us today. Oh my gosh. And the band, how about our band? Yeah, I tell you what, it's fantastic. You know what? It's always great to have Dr. Mitch. I want to thank you one more time. Your lessons touch our hearts, and we appreciate you so very much. Thank you, Dr. Mitch. Thank you so much. Yes. Well, anyway, it's been a great day, and we've heard a great talk, and I just encourage you to carry this with you through the week. Use it in your practice. Put it to work for you, and I'm sure you'll get some wonderful things happening in your life. I want to take a second to acknowledge any visitors that we have with us. If you're here for the first or second time and care just to stand up for a second, we'd like to acknowledge you. Anyone at all? All right. And thank you. And I want to remind you that our practitioners are going to be in the lobby. And if you would like to have a treatment, just step up and ask one of them to help you out, and they'd be glad to do it. I want to ask them to come forward right now, and I'll ask you to stand because we're going to sing our closing song. And again, bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Namaste.
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.